Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz October 25, 2018, 11:43 p.m. Birmingham. And topic is, God, where to start? Let's start with Agenda 21. Give you a quick rundown on what Agenda 21 is. Agenda 21 met in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, in the 70s, and they came up with this brilliant idea. It's just a quicker way to make everyone socialist. And being socialist, it's very easy to become communist. So here's what it does. Agenda 21 is sustainable development is the action plan implemented worldwide to control all land, all water, all minerals, all plant, all animal, all construction, all means of production, all energy, all education, all information, and all humans on this planet. That's right, every human being on this planet is inventory and control, 100%. That is Agenda 21. When they control humans, that means moving them about wherever you need to move them to keep them under control, then that's what you do. Now, talk about the refugees that came from Syria to Toronto, Canada. They're not a happy bunch down there now because Toronto, they were building them a tent city, a fully functional tent city that could house thousands of these refugees. But in the meanwhile, the refugees got there quicker than the tent cities could be put up. So they put them up in the Radisson Inn and Quality Inns and suites. Well, who owns those? Who runs those? Well, people from Syria, people from India, people from Iraq. It's easy. Bring on my brothers. Bring them all. So when the tent city got built, then they couldn't get them to leave. So what's the state to do? Well, the state doesn't know what to do. But the prime minister loves it because he's let them vote. Yeah, and they're voting for him. Yeah, that's why he's such a good guy in Canada. They love him up there. So, what are they going to do? As of today, nothing. Give them rights, let them start voting. So, on the next country, which is the United States, to the south of us, and then to the south of Mexico, we have that group of countries from British Honduras right on through to Guatemala. They're grouping and they're sending several people from each country, maybe a couple thousand people. Well, now they're up to about 15,000, and they're on the way here. What's going to happen to us when it gets here? It's going to cost us a fortune. And the money that they take it from is out of your tax dollar. And you can't leave it to them to manage themselves because they don't pay taxes. So if you have a private enterprise that's going to take them and say, all right, I'm going to take them and get them all working, paying tax and all this. Well, let me tell you what private enterprise is doing to the prison system. I know that's like a big jump over here to the left field, but it costs more to house a prisoner than he could make on his own and raise a family with a wife and 2 children. With the money that it costs for one prisoner, and less money, he could live on the outside, paying rent, paying a car note, buying groceries, and paying power and gas. That's how good they run the private enterprise. They don't. But it's all about inventory and control. So, let's go to California, the breadbasket of this country. We lost since 2003, and maybe twice this amount by now, 800,000 acres, all because of a little mineral called a smelt. the little tributaries of water that runs into the creeks and the creeks that runs into rivers, and they call it the Sacramento River that runs through Sacramento, California. And look at it. You'll see a three-way junction there. Water pours into it from everywhere. Some of these creeks have these smelt that has lived there for thousands of years, have survived hundreds of severe droughts, but yet today they chose to give 800,000 acres to the smelt and move the farmer off. So we're getting a lot less food than we were, and that was in 2003. What about today? Gave them another 800,000 acres, so they chose the fish over the farmer and over you. Okay, all about inventory and control. Let's keep going. God told the Jews back 4,500 years ago, or maybe 4,200 years ago, he said, look, guys, we got a problem. We have a village here that all these people in there, they look like you, but they're all DNA'd up by fallen angels. In other words, they are of the Nephilim. They have their DNA, so they're not human. They're part human, but they're also part Nephilim. So you have to go in and destroy them all. And you can't let any live, because if you do, it'll haunt you later. So they go in, and he said even to destroy all the animals. So they go in and start doing as God asked. And there was some that begged him, please don't hurt us, please don't hurt us. We'll be your slaves forever. We'll work for you. We'll do anything you want forever. The Jews had pity on them. They did not kill them all. So about 50 years later, guess who was owning the Jews and kicking the Jews out of their own land and killing the Jews? The same people they had pity on. Well, you had Abraham and Isaac. And then before Isaac was born, he was born of his real mother, but Ishmael was born of a handmaiden. God said, Abraham, you have a son. He went and got the maid. And he said, that doesn't count. You got to have a son with your wife. That's the one that I need to bless. So Abraham did that. And who are the Ishmaels today? Well, mostly Arab. But could some of them be with just a little bit of the Nephilim DNA in them? Who is it that hates the Jews so badly they want to kill them? They want to destroy them. They want to run them off into the sea and kill every last one of them. Wow. You just named off about half of the 57 Muslim nations. All those that surround Israel wants Israel dead. So maybe there's some DNA in there that shouldn't be. Or maybe it's some that the Jews had pity on 4,200 years ago. I'm not saying these people coming in here in America hurt them at all, but I say help them back home. But that, to accept them and to take them, just like Toronto took the Syrians, and now they're stuck with them. They can't do anything with them. It's going to cost them $11 million a month. So if we don't help these people back home, then we're slowly but controllably falling under the Agenda 21, where it says inventory and control of all humans on this planet. It makes a lot of sense. Inventory and control. When you move people about for sustainable development so that they can be controlled easier. Guys, what else could it be? It's all part of the plan. It's all going on today, and we're going to still be blessed. Trump will still be here. These people will go back home. And but until Trump is out of here, I believe we're about to win the midterm with a landslide. And I believe everything's quieting down for a while. And I think we'll be happy. But it will start back up. And absolutely, this idea of inventory and control of human beings will come back. It's not going away. It'll just be put down for a little while. Jody Wolf, Expoz.